Hi, this is Dr. Jonathan Youssef and Networking for Your Optimal Health. Today I have a partner in crime, Yana, with me, and she's going to help me do my podcast on weight loss. So she's going to get on and discuss the outline of what our podcast is going to be about. So I'm kind of excited to introduce her and also excited about this topic because it's one of those topics that all my patients have been asking me about. And I did one earlier about it, but I thought I'd give it a little update and a little spice. So I hope you enjoy the show, and this is Yana.
Hi, this is Yana. I'm a student nurse practitioner networking for your optimal health. Today we're going to be discussing how to lose weight naturally. One thing to start off with would be an important weight loss program. Starting off with a weight loss program, it is best to detox the body, detox the liver, the gastrointestinal system, and the kidneys from everything and all the chemicals that are inside your body. Only after cleansing is it appropriate to go ahead and start filling the body again with good nutrition. Some of the chemicals that are in your body come from white enriched bleached flour, which is in most of your breads, pastas, and rices. One of the chemicals, for instance, that is in white enriched bleached flour is benzoyl peroxide, which is also used as an acne medication.
Hi, this is Dr. Jonathan Youssef and Networking for Your Optimal Health. Today's topic will be about weight loss. So as you heard from Yana, that there is a few things that we are thinking about when you're deciding how to start your weight loss program. The first thing is, let's take a look at what toxic substances are going into your body. The first is, are you eating foods that contain white enriched bleached flour? Because if you are, you may just be eating foods that are contributing to your weight and also contributing to possibly diabetes. These foods are toxic to your system, and they are foods that contain chemicals such as benzoyl peroxide. So when I first heard this, I was quite surprised because isn't that the 10% benzoyl peroxide that is recommended for acne and for topical creams? And I'm like, wow, I'm going to get that in my system, and that's not going to be easily digestible, is it? So are we really, by bleaching these grains and bleaching this flour, are we getting any nutrients? So when you bleach something, not only are you adding these negative toxic substances, but you're also taking away some of your vitamins like the vitamin E and the calcium that might have already been in that flour. On top of it, they enrich the flour with, guess what? They enrich with it what we think is supposed to be healthy, but it turns out there's some toxic substances that are being enriched. And so one of those is including some possible iron fillings that have been found. So I guess the reason why I kind of pick on grains and a little bit more about these white enriched bleached flours because I really don't think that we are meant to eat this type of food. I think that when we're making foods with it and we're making sweets and breads and foods that contain these ingredients, well, we're probably not digesting it very well, and we're building up these toxic substances in our body. And what it's doing, because the body doesn't recognize it as something that is natural, the body almost starts to produce more insulin to sort of counteract it and cause that insulin surge to occur. Well, that makes you hungrier, which then leads to you to eat more and as a result gain more weight. So what do I do next, or what is my goal in detoxifying you? Well, I detoxify you so that we can get rid of some of those ingredients in your belly, in your liver, and in your kidneys, and possibly in your fat cells as well as in your tissue to improve and to get rid of all of those toxic substances that would otherwise delay or deter you from losing weight. What do I do for detox? Well, there's a couple of options over the counter. I really have a few products that I recommend, but before I recommend them through my podcast, I'm going to just kind of let you do your own research. I personally like one that is short and sweet, something like a 15-day cleanse or a 30-day cleanse would be appropriate. And I think that if you add the right ingredients to it, which I believe would include some herbal supplementation such as milk thistle and possibly a stool softener or a mild laxative with a cascara in it, tend to be the ones that I see over the counter. There's also some that use superfruits like the acai berry or spirulina or mixture of a couple of different superfruits that we think might be detoxifying. So they're using the antioxidants as well as the flushing system of the gut to excrete some or get rid of some of your toxic substances. Once you've detoxed and once you've cut out that toxicities such as those white enriched bleached flour, now you're ready to move on to your diet and improve the quality of your diet by eating more lean meats. And we talked about tuna, fish, turkey. Hey, this is Dr. Jonathan Youssef, Networking for Your Optimal Health. This is a good time to take a break and just let you guys know that we are here at Lifetime Family and Urgent Care, your doctor for a lifetime, to also keep in track of your weight loss and help you achieve your optimal goals. And through the process of our office, you will be able to get a little bit more assistance to achieving those weight loss goals that you're looking for. So thank you for joining us again, and here's Yana with some fun facts regarding weight loss.
Here's a fun fact. It takes roughly about 3,500 calories in order to lose 1 pound of weight. That means that putting yourself at deficit every day by exercising and minimizing what you've eaten previously the day before all puts you at a deficit. So if at the end of the week you're 7,000 calories at deficit, you should lose approximately 2 pounds for that week. It is also important to keep in mind to eat foods in as much of their natural state as possible and to not break them down and process them.
Making sure that if you are going to eat those foods, let's make sure that those foods are also not injected with antibiotics and so on. So make sure as healthy as we can be, think of organic. But if not, at least get to those lean meats and avoid those really heavy fatty meats as well. If you want to get some good fats in your system, if you want to get some good healthy, non sort of bad processed fats, I would looking at avocados, for example, and nuts, and I would add those two for your good fats. Although coconut oil does increase a little bit of your cholesterol, I think it's balanced by having a little bit of good cholesterol. Although I'm kind of torn between that one, as I've seen some people's cholesterol go up significantly by just adding their coconut oil. So think of moderation when you're thinking about those heavy fats as well. So lean meats, good fats, and let's talk a little bit about what kind of a diet I'm going to look for. I think that the new paleo diet is a good idea in terms of I'm going to take some good things out of it. And what I'm taking out of it is the idea that there's foods that grow from the ground or come from trees that are sustainable. There are foods that we can eat, and these foods contain the nutrients and the fibers that are needed for healthy living. If you're going to decide you want to eat certain foods, let's lean towards the ones that are high in those that are produced naturally and that are from the earth or from our sustainable goods that we are dealing with from the ground. And so, like, I will choose an apple over any type of processed or genetically modified food. I will eat foods that are probably going to come from good sources in the ground or on a tree. And by choosing that over foods that are processed or kind of converted or genetically modified, I will hopefully get more sustainable foods that are not going to be recognized by my body as foreign substances, and then again lead to autoimmune processes and also to further issues with my weight and further issues with my immune system. So the goal is to detox, think about those healthy foods, avoid the toxic foods that are going to come into our system, and then, of course, here in Lifetime Family and Urgent Care, we do have a few medical options, and we start with some healthy supplementation, as well as there are some prescription medications that are FDA approved, as well as some off-label medications that have been used in the past. One of the things that I like to do is get you into the doctor's office, hear about what all the alternatives that you have for healthy lifestyle involving exercise and dieting, and then also looking at some supplementation. Making sure that your lab work is all normal and making sure your thyroid and other metabolic health is in normal limits. So making sure that there's no other causes for your weight is also a very important process. So make sure you talk to your doctor and or come to see us to discuss some options for you. It's a pleasure having Yana with me and my rotation and her rotations, and I'm looking forward to another great podcast on Dr. Youssef's networking for your optimal health.